Right, abusia eni gisem aba edi ama MPP Osun Kokroko amonyoko no ni nyina ne se Honorable Matthew Yindam yasanso ageni seat edi amano abusia nyina ye beka ya enche na member of parliament owo Kpandai Honorable Matthew Yindam NDC for edi no kopie mu o court Temale High Court say ni sita uwini ye during the 2024 general elections no wanfa kwanpa so na wini ye nti no yenji seat no emfamfi ni nsemu a Temale High Court no declare seat no vacant NDC for crowd ye omo bua ahoboa aye campaign akoye re-election. In fact electoral commission ekra date by nanka omo kwakoye rerun of the elections NDC for koye campaign mobro ananse bis wa ekobro omo members yi bia bako eto anananum wonse adoni ade na enei Supreme Court akwa sitna rule 4-1 majority decision edi ama Honorable Matthew Yindam say ni sita owini wo Pandai constituency no onye boni bia onsanko no onko fani seat na onko mrahebedwam nko to ani dwumadie so emfama the people of Pandai NG Sempa Dima MPP amonyoko no na decision akoi Justice Gabriel Scott Pamwan ono and presiding over the panel dissenting akwashi ruling of the High Court in Temale which nullified parliamentary election results for the Pandai constituency. Consequently, the proposed parliamentary election rerun in Pandai will not take place. The Supreme Court decision effectively upholds the election of the MPP's Matthew Yindam as the duly elected member of parliament for Pandai. Abushia we aniji sem edema MPP amonyoko no. Yanjibre na
court is that the Supreme Court has in a majority decision 4-1 Justice Gabriel Scott Pamwan dissenting has annulled the Tamale High Court decision that annulled also the election of Matthew Yindam to be member of parliament for Pandai. You will recall that last year the High Court in Tamale annulled the election because of certain irregularities is said to have determined. The MPP rushed to the Supreme Court and raised issues of jurisdiction. They said that the timing of the filing of the suit was in excess of the 21 days that is prescribed by law, and so the High Court in Tamale did not have jurisdiction to hear that matter, and the court presided over by Justice Gabriel Scott Pamwan today has delivered his judgment. The panel, Justice Gabriel Scott Pamwan, like I said, Justice Amadou Omoru Tanko, Justice Johnny Kulendi, Samuel Kwame Adibosiedu, and Henry Kofi. At the end of the day, the 5 judges could not agree on this matter, and so it was a split 4-1 decision majority, I should say, with Justice Gabriel Scott Pamwan dissenting and actually holding that the High Court judgment that annulled the election of Matthew Yindam should actually be upheld, while the 4 other justices, Justice Amadou Omoru Tanko, Johnny Kulendi, Samuel Kwame Adibosiedu, and Henry Kofi disagreed, questioning the judgment of the High Court in this matter. Very soon, we will see lawyers of the both parties, NDC and MPP officials who have all come to court, coming out. We do not know the full reason for which reason the court has come to this conclusion, but as I've mentioned at the top of this introduction and this presentation, the Supreme Court says on the 6th of February, the full reasoned judgment of the court will be published. And so all that is left to be done is for Matthew Yindam and his lawyers to take the documents of the court and serve it on Parliament. And on the 3rd of February, that is next week Tuesday, when Parliament resumes, Matthew Yindam can then walk in as a member of Parliament because his election to Parliament has now just been affirmed by the Supreme Court, which has quashed the order of the Tamale High Court in this matter, Mamesi.
What does this mean moving forward for Matthew Yindam?
Ultimately, this is, for Matthew Yindam, not much changes because it means that he can continue to serve as a member of Parliament. And what will have to be done is for the lawyers to draw down the judgment of the court, the orders, and serve it on the Clerk of Parliament. The Clerk of Parliament will ultimately, restore the name of Matthew Yindam as a member of Parliament for Pandai. And then the rerun that had been planned by the Electoral Commission will now not happen. So the status quo ante prior to the judgment of the Tamale High Court is going to stand. That is, Matthew Yindam will continue to hold himself out as a member of parliament because this election has just been affirmed on this technical ground, particularly having to do with the timing of the period that this application was filed by the NDC's parliamentary candidate, Daniel Nsala Wakwao, who himself was in court. So any moment from now, we expect that the parties, the members of parliament and other people who are all coming here will all come out. We'll get some interviews, some understanding of what they make of this. Obviously, for the New Patriotic Party, this is a lot of joy for them. This is, for them, a lot of excitement because they've been ultimately gotten what they want. In fact, before the judgment came, Jerry Ahmed Shaib, the deputy minority whip, was in the chamber, was rubbing his palm. The judge said, why is he behaving like some penalty is about to be taken? And so let's get down there pretty shortly and speak to some of the people that are coming out now, the National Democratic Congress.
Some representatives of the General Secretary of the party, Justin
No. Just say congratulations.
Congratulations, Honorable Yindam. This definitely.
We have a spokesperson who speak on our behalf. But all that I want to hear from you is congratulations.
They have just raised the matter.
But well,
the news we have.
Judgment of the High Court that annulled the election of Matthew Yindam, MPP here, basking in this and asking for some congratulations to the member of parliament, for the member of parliament who really is going to be basking in this matter. So pretty shortly we'll hear to Gary. Congratulations to you and the team. What do you make of this 4-1 emphatic decision of the
Thank you very much. I think that the Supreme Court has spoken emphatically that the decision of the Tamale High Court was made without jurisdiction, and so the court has quashed it and is hereby quashed. So Honorable Yindam still remains the MP of the people of Pandai. So we call it still maintained. Thank you very much.
The majority in Parliament say that they would consider the option of a review. They say they disagree with the decision.
If you come to court and you have 4-1 decision, you can come up review. Review, they will add 2. Therefore, we change your position.
Now you've gotten a favorable judgment and you are singing praises in the Zoom house.
You see, when you come to court and a decision goes whether one way or the other, you take a legal route. What we did as a party, we took a legal route, and the court has said us. So that should be it. Thank you.
Almighty God for what He's done in my life, and to also thank my lawyers, and also use this opportunity to thank the Supreme Court judges for the ruling, because it's clear that the people wanted to change the will of the people of Pandai, but the Supreme Court has affirmed the will of the people, and I'm most grateful to them. I also want to thank the party from the head to the bottom, that is national, regional, and the constituency, for the support they've given me, and the people of Pandai. I'm sure that when you are in Pandai today, you will see the joy of the people, because they voted for me and they expected me to serve them for the 4 years. I also want to thank His Excellency, the former Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, for the support he's given me throughout. I am most grateful. May God add several years to his current years. And I know by the will of God, he will serve this nation one day. I am very grateful.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let me find a few the leaders who are here. Honorable, leader, the criticism is that, your leader held a press conference in Parliament. He had very strong words against the Tamale High Court judge, and now you have gotten this and you're happy, you are singing, you are chanting. So they say that the MPP has been hypocritical in this matter. When it suits you, you call the judges' names. Now you have a 4-1 and you say the court has done well.
Yeah, the most important thing is that the Supreme Court have given their ruling to the effect that Honorable Matthew Yindam is still the definitely, if you don't get a favorite ruling from a court, you definitely have to disagree. And when we disagree, we did not attack the judge and we were sitting aloof. We actually went through the right process. Where we disagree, that is why we even filed a suit in the first place at the Supreme Court. And today, the highest court of the land have spoken, and they have spoken and they have quashed the ruling of the Tamale High Court and affirmed that Honorable Matthew Yindam is the legitimate member of Parliament for the good people of Pandai. So we are very grateful and we are very happy.
Thank you. Honorable Jerry Shaibi here was rubbing the fingers of the palms in court, so that one of the judges actually commented on that and said, did he feel like his team was going to take the last penalty? What was that about?
I think I was tensed, and against the backdrop that it's the law, and your views about the law is not the same as someone else's, so you cannot say it's sacrosanct. And hoping that, because sometimes we deal with issues based on politics. Sometimes if you are not careful, you may not really get what you're seeking. But I mean, they've proven that what was expected is what we have come to see, and we are grateful to God and to all of them as well.
If the NDC say they are going to review, what do you talk about? The report here says they will consider review.
Anybody who understands mathematics and law would know that it's not an issue. It's dead on arrival. If it's review and it's 4-1, they review, they may add only 2. So what? It's going to be 7. Is that correct? And 7. So assuming that the 2 are even going to join the one who dissented, it's 4-3. So it's moot. We should be a bit rational about some of it.
Thank you very much, Jerry Ahmed Shaib. So the decision of the Supreme Court by 4-1 decision, Justice Brill's decision in Tamale has now been quashed by the court by a 4-1 decision. Justice Gabriel Scott Poorman, who presided, dissenting. That means that Matthew Yindam, NPP's MP, elected on 7th January, he continues to go back to Parliament and take his seat. And so next week, Tuesday, when Parliament resumes, Matthew Yindam will be a full member of Parliament with full rights. He will take his seat. There will be no rerun in Pandai, as the High Court had early on ordered, because just as the High Court has right now, the Supreme Court, I should say, has right now handed the decision down, the decision of the High Court in Tamale has been quashed, and Matthew Yindam will continue to be an MP. We've heard from the NDC that say that they will consider their options, including the option of reviewing the decision of the Supreme Court. The NPP says that will be dead on arrival. They are happy, they are excited about the judgment, and ultimately they believe that justice has been done. My name is Kweku Asante from the Supreme Court. The big news for the New Patriotic Party, basking in all of this, they've gotten a major victory that maintains that slender minority that they have, but at least they'll be able to keep up with that one person that they wanted to retain in their fold. Matthew Yindam, next week Tuesday, back in Parliament as a member of Parliament with full rights. Take it over, my Messi and team.
Because I rock about Japan, and run no cassa say, when someone reckon the Japan, a cat tune so, a don't throw digun so, and also Kayamo yin glasses cry, and mo suye, so na kokum, Adams Mahama, ewa Tamale. A nipper when people more. Also, Yamakwan, Professor Kenatefanon, any Dr. Baumia, or one Casamu, any a nipa, a what MPP mu, a new ministers, a new appointees, and party in 24 hour can be Japan and Kasa, a can some Tomosoa, and Yanokre. Na Erika J. Kasimbi, say, a baby no, Obapa running mate. Na running mate na asin the doors kakrakai. So we in running mate ye na asin the doors you want some ba. So won church the doors no mu wie no na ye be sia nya sia wie. So it will be very difficult for Honorable Kennedy Japan to unite the MPP, not to even talk of Ghana. So Sibu Achi no mo mai, Misbah no mo mai, Efrashas Nega no mo mai, Adam Swale Abusuafo mai. Any nipa omo Honorable Kennedy Japan have been so omo NDC mu Ghana ni baby a individuals asofo yinina mai. It will be very, very difficult. Nipa 5 yinina hwe Mahmoud Bawumia omo ankasa as a person obi ni MPP mu a personally on no wasem omo a en support ni utube omo be catch yourself o ba omi ade o a nice person ba madwunu ye ne kwa o wini obia ni wo betin aka say ba omi a abuse no edi na tem etwanto atone so akanse bi enfata fa ne ho ba omi agin bibi ana wa ye ni sei Dr. Bre Champon onu so no obia hyeda ni ho no mo a obeka se bi one ne wo ayi bia edin bia onu wo ne de Ora Kabere Japan onu so na Dr. ya say adutwum on the bia nkofo beka se school placement a na no munya obomba timoden sa no beka but I know say a doctor ya say adutwum ankasa kasa as a person what try to be so we go obi anim ase we go obi hufi waje ni mabi ensem for 30 party ni no you won't get it enti nipa nan ni nyina no you will not get it but you reckon the Japan there no na making asema making no kre enipa kra within NPP no watiati omonai so no so oba yes reconciliation no a very difficult task ansa na waba the general public Ghanaians na waba beye na eno so no ebeye a very difficult one enti sawo kwa election dia na openipa hwe yenti NDC fo Ebia Shafie route for Professor Jenano Pokwadman to become the leader after Mahama. Enye bibia o. 2024 election. Na mampani Mahama running meeting. People felt say Professor Jenano Pokwadman wan fa hweyama in the last one. Ti ankomo drop no. Na omo fa nipa hofro tie bia Julius Zebra, Wada Kon, Sylvester Mensah, Alabi and any of Sankrofo nyina. But John Mahama can say or not as a person or subagit ya can say bebe ya fa no ho ya ka corruption ya ka say ain't no say operanimator on peranimator no so and some e wa no ho na Professor Jena no poku adman bibia ni ho a obeka e dia fa no ho na odine beta na chidna ko ti outside Professor Jena no poku adman esad ne by e ton kokoo no a etan se wo artificial fa hani $1 na ba fom dino sika o menyu na brochie nyina no o mo ka metua kokoo akuafo ka ton ba ko o mo kwa ko ton na brochie no che mo ta ko pe bosia e o Bank of Ghana de soso asan mo de tua kokoo akuafo 1 ton wa ha se nyina ehe enti kokoo so no before se kokoo aban betua ka no wo hwa kokoo krachi obeto kokoo no Oba quality control officer the friend sampra oba be sample kokoo no masili kokoo no car ebe fa kokoo no e de call abrochi en port ibetu omuka woni ejuma port ho ibetu omuka woni ejuma kokoo board ibetu omu nyina aka enti kokoo sikakro no an ye titiso di bitia sanyi menyina ansanya kotoni enya kakra sei dollar no a yaduto kokoo no yakoto yenya no moya ade aye propaganda ma sei dollar no ajiegu enti se mo kokoo no na mo ka se mo be sisa ba sidi ade betua kokoo akuafo ka ton ba akon mo koto ye no mo hu fetu enti akuafo ka ton ba akon enti mo timi fetu akuafo ka ton ba akon no ebe ye den na kokoo ye tina ye ho adwuma enti se ba beto kokoo no afre akuafo atuaka na yentimi nya ka mfa enko tema ana mfa nko kumase ni akinja aba ele ko le sanyi le batema kan na kire ye adwuma nti ko kumase kaase na fe editi atwe aba enani wono enti yapem enti kokoo kuafo no kokoo no aka ho ahu enema bi ha wo yiya enti dem da bi ya kase NDC go muni mama mu o NDC o muni mama mu nyansa ba kokura wo mu de bia o mu ye bia ye propaganda na say nyansa edibu man NDC fo ni bi so mu obi anka do be ye dollar no ko mo anya ni saa ko be ma ansuo na afani level kakra ba we die yanka se o atro exporting Mahama ya de ene enyina na abo yiti so no na kokoo krafo no nso mo sempa Bernard osofo tell na o ka me mo nwa se na wo ka saa se mi because ya ni nkomo evinra ena me tifi me ba na fan kan be kan na o ka ye no senya me suma bifo no ko hyenkomo a wonya kan ehyenkomo no ba owie ya wo ko no ba bi asa nyame ne suma nso nko hyenkomo no enti se nyame be na be mo ma ne mrem nyame ma ne mrem a o ma ne mrem o nyame mfa ne hu enti odifo no nsa nko house to house enko cheche bibia mu nje obi abi o hye nkom ni wi a wona ekro no ba Bernard so hye nkom na wa hye nkom awie no afi what radio station to radio station TV station to TV station and away a whole campaign by their fruit you shall know them Diana ba enye di hu diakro enti chairman sa ba for chairman sa bo ni wo se afiri nyame e begina afiri nyame e begu